noticed, or how can you change that, or is that just baseball?
Yeah, there's some things we needed to change, some things we needed to work on. We weren't in our legs too much. We weren't balanced. That's something that we went back to film and really studied. That's an adjustment we're making this year. But at the end of the day, we didn't produce runs. I think we hit, but we just didn't produce runs, which that's more important. Run production is more important than hitting. That's what we did not do at the end.
And do you feel like this season might be different?
I hope so. I wanted to. Our guys are working really hard. We're giving it everything we got right now. We've addressed some of the issues that we saw, the way they were pitching us last year, the way they were coming at us last year, and we're trying to make adjustments for we can be more balanced offense and do a lot of different things that we can produce runs.
What kind of development have you seen from Yohandi? I mean, obviously had a great year last year. What kind of jump have you seen from him?
Oh, a lot more maturity when it comes to the plate, not as a person, but as a hitter. Just plate discipline, swinging at better pitches, using the whole field this time. Just in the other inner squad, he just hit a home run to right field, which is something that's not easy to do in our park, especially from a right-handed hitter. So he's a lot more balanced. That's one of the reasons he was a front foot hitter, kind of pulling off a lot, and he's staying a lot more towards the middle of the field.
It's kind of the same question for CJ Cafis. I know he's been playing a power position. You know, Gino kind of mentioned wanting to see some more power out of his bat and stuff.
Yeah, we added a different type of load. We gave him a leg kick just to get him to generate a little more force, a little more power. He did not have a leg kick, and now he does. So we've seen a great improvement on him as well.
Coach, who have you noticed has been the guy that really uses that room that we just saw and studies it the most? And is there somebody that's really taking advantage of all the tools you have? I
think they all do because I'm in there all the time. I'm using it. So, and I have them with me, so it's not, I can't really point just one person out because they're all with me every day between 1 and 1:30. I'm breaking down film in there. I'm writing down notes, and then they come in afterwards. A lot of our guys are coming in afterwards. I can't really say one guy is leading the pack because a lot of them, so many are using it. It's just great facility to use. It'll be a shame if it's just one guy that uses it. You know, our whole team has been using it. They've been working in there, especially for the stuff that we talked about of taking pitches in a good position and all that. You got to go to film. You got to see yourself where you're at when the pitch is thrown and the timing component of it. A lot of guys, off the bat, if you say Romero, Morales has been in there, Mike Rosario's been in there. The list goes on and on. I can name a lot of guys to you that they really has taken advantage of this technology that we have.
What about Dominic at shortstop? I'm sorry, one more. Dominic at shortstop. We know defensively he's really good. What have you seen in him to try to get more?
Really excited about Dominic. We've made a couple changes to his loading process. We thought his loading process was his problem. The way he loaded, he had what you call a double load. And if you notice, most guys in the big leagues have a single load. And we got him to understand the difference between a double load and a single load. And he's doing it. He's actually doing it. We made some adjustments. We studied some big league hitters. And we showed him how big league hitters are loading. And he kind of bought into a couple of them, like Bregman. Sager is the one that he likes the most because he's left-handed. But the guy that I use a lot was Bregman because we want him to hit with his elbow up. Because he had a tendency to raise his elbow and then load his hands back. So that's harder to time that way, to be specific with your timing, be efficient with your timing, better said. So now he's just doing a one loading process with the elbow back, which we've been working on. And there you go, using that technology that we've been doing, looking at the bat sensors and seeing his bat to ball contact and his speed with his hips and all that. We've been using it. It increased when we went to a single load.
Kind of a similar question, but is there anything that you saw from using the high-speed cameras and using the machine stuff and all that data, maybe you wouldn't have noticed on the field that you popped out in there and said, oh, I wouldn't have seen this?
It's not that we wouldn't have noticed. It's how you get that information to your players. Everything you see in there, everybody calls it new school, but it's stuff that coaches see. But when you're trying to interpret it to a player, maybe some of them, they can't take the audio of it. They need the visual, or they need a number. They need something concrete to really, hey, coach, now I know what you mean. I've been saying stuff to hitters for like 2 weeks, the same thing. And one day they bring me back a film and they go, hey, look, coach, he's doing a single load. I've been saying it for 2 weeks, but he finally got it by seeing something. And that's what I think the technology does more of. And it also proves your point. Because you as a coach, if you're telling them, hey, we're going to improve your bat speed. We're going to improve your loading process. Well, coach, we've been doing this. Where's the measurement of it? You have to assess. That helps us assess our teaching techniques as well, too.
You got the two returning.
Last question.
Great, I get the last question. Better be a good one. You got the two returning starters.
hitters. So a lot of fans haven't seen some of these other guys who are new faces, transfers, whatever. Who are some of the other guys aside from those two that you think are going to have big impacts?
Oh man, we got Burke. Burke is somebody that I think is going to have a lot of impact because he's just a dynamic player. He plays with his hair on fire kind of guy, which everybody loves that type of guy. He has power. He's learned to use the whole field. That's something that we really worked on real hard with him. Zach Levinson, another guy that has tremendous bat speed that you guys are going to be very impressed with, I think, as well. And then you can't go without mentioning Lorenzo Carrier, which is another new incoming guy as well. You know, just by walking out on the field, that guy's going to stick out. He's the opposite of me, just in case you guys don't know, 5'6" to 6'6", So he's going to stand out a lot with being out there. And when he hits the ball, it sounds a little different when he hits the ball. But yeah, it's a great group. These guys want to work hard. That's the one thing we always talk about giving motivation to the players. Well, these guys have really motivated me this year because, Susan, you're right. I was very upset with myself last year with what we did at the end. I didn't sleep well at the end. And these guys have really generated my passion again, being around them, and what they've done for me is a lot, so I owe a lot to them.
Thank you, Coach.
All right? Thank you, guys.